what's happening? How we doing today? This is Andy coming to you again from here at my Daily Funk Club headquarters, and just want to make a little video for you. Yesterday was Thanksgiving, and I had a wonderful day with the family, and yeah, so the holiday season is here, and it's really cool. Feels good. The ski season is firing up here in Colorado, and life is great. But today we're going to do a little video. I wanted to do something special today with this particular instrument because I love this instrument, and it's one of my favorite of all the P basses I have. I have, quite a few P basses of various different makes and models, but they're all in the family of the P bass tradition. And some of them I've made. I have one Fender Precision, BladeMan Vintage, and a whole bunch of ones that I've made. And this particular one is made by Univox in the 1970s. And the Japan era 70s P bass copies, late 70s P bass copies, some of them were really, really great. I have another one by Aria Pro 2. It was also made in 1977, and this one and that one are absolutely, two of my favorites. They stand up to just about any, Fender Precision, especially that era, that late 70s era. There was a lot of hit or miss Fender Precisions and a lot of really good copies, but this is a really, really good one that I'm holding right now. It's made by Univox. And I had some mods done to it that turned out absolutely wonderful and took it to a completely different place. The most important being this pickup. This is the Nordstand Big BladeMan pickup, which is two single coil pickups in two big blade pickups in the housing of a Music Man style cover, right snugged up right next to each other. And then it has a active passive 2-band preamp with a very important passive tone control on there, and a couple other things that were done to this instrument. The neck was reshaped to a much thinner front to back shape, and the frets were redone, well, recrowned and leveled by Mo at Nordstand there. And he just did an amazing job. He's the best fret guy I know. Yeah, he's the best guy I know at doing frets. And so this instrument, by all appearances, looks like an old Univox that you could pick up for $300 at any pawn shop. But there's more than meets the eye. It sounds fantastic. This pickup, located right here in the sweet spot, took it to a whole new level. Barks like a dog and quacks like a duck, man. Super dynamic range. If I want to play soft, it's got that wonderful vintage. Bass tone, but without touching a single thing. Right now I just have the volume up and the tone at about 80%, which is my favorite. Here's some preamp, here's some treble, and some bass. crushing the mic right now because it has a lot of onboard active electronics. I don't use them that much. I tend to use the bass control a little bit, but seldom do I add treble to my bass sound. I'm not a big fan of a lot of treble in the bass sound. I like it flat. I like some high end there, but I like it flat. So yeah, this bass is wonderful. And this mod in general, putting a Nordstand, either a big man or a big BladeMan right there in the sweet spot, is dynamite for any precision type instrument. If you want to do a really cool mod, it's one of the most beneficial and cool ones that I suggest trying. Now before we go, I wanted to show you this cool bass line I was working up on this instrument that is just a simple chord progression, but it's one of these bass lines that goes through a chord progression and it really kind of tells a story. You know, when we outline the harmony of the chord, or when we outline the chords in the chord progression, the harmony, we really kind of tell the harmonic story of the song, of the chord progression. And this one's cool because it has it alternates between some major and minor chords. The first chord is B flat major. Right? To C major. To E flat major. Back to B flat major. B flat major. D flat minor. D flat minor. And then this time when we go to E flat, we play E flat minor. Minor, E flat minor, cool, you know. That's fun to take when we're practicing, practice writing. That's what I do a lot of. I don't really practice technique so much anymore. I kind of have my own way of playing and my own techniques, and that's how I play. And I don't spend a lot of time practicing more and more kind of acrobatics in my bag. What I do is I practice composing. I practice putting chord progressions together and putting a melody to it and writing lyrics to it and arranging it into a song form with verse, chorus, and bridge, intro, and outro. And that's the kind of practicing that I do, is compositional practicing. So it's great to mix and match those chords. And, you know, in a diatonic key, chords move in a way that, you know, everything is kind of laid out. But those rules, I think, are kind of meant to be broken. Because ultimately, if it sounds good, it's good, right? You know, if you go to the 2 chord and it's supposed to be minor 2 chord, but you play it major, it might sound perfect in the song that you're writing. You know, in a diatonic key, it would be meant to be minor, but major works better in that song. So rules are meant to be broken, and you know, this is a fun way to explore that, you know, with this kind of just simple chord progression. B flat major, C major, E flat major, B flat, D flat minor. This time when you go to E flat, play it as a minor chord. Get it? Alright, friends. So yeah, there's a little video for you. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching this video and all the videos. And yeah, you know, P basses are wonderful. My favorite, you know, it's my favorite bass guitar of all time is the P bass. My second favorite is the jazz bass. and then everything else comes after that. And you know, I love them all, but I've always, you know, my first bass was a P bass, and my second, third, you know, my basses that in the early stages of my playing, way back in the early '80s, were P bass and jazz bass, you know, bouncing back and forth, and a couple other things. But I've always just loved the P bass the most. And there's a lot of varieties of them. It's been the most copied instrument of all time. So there's lots of good variations and hybrids and modern custom versions and old Japanese copies that are done well, and great Fender Precisions too. There's a lot of, obviously there's a lot of great, if you can afford them, there's a lot of great Fender Precisions. I can't afford the $10,000–$15,000 1963 Fender P bass. It's just not in the realm of possibility for me. So for that, so for $5,000 or $6,000 or $7,000, you know, $1,000, I can have 14 other types of P basses that, with a little love and a little setup and maybe some good pickups and hardware and stuff like that, they're fantastic, you know. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and have fun out there. We'll see you soon. Peace.